one disc. So today I'm doing discs and pads on a Mercedes E-Class. The first step is to jack up your car and remove your wheel. If you don't know how to do either of these, you probably shouldn't be doing your brakes. Now, using a small lever, prise back your piston. Piston's pushed right back on the very rusty screws. Now undo your two 13mm caliper bolts. This is actually much easier by foot because I can use my whole body weight. Look how rusty that is. Ooh. Right, so the bolts always look clean in the threads, but the head's always rusty. So yeah, people that are saying this is a new bolt, definitely isn't. Find something to support your caliper. In this case, I use a large pot. Caliper support. Always support your calipers. 18mm socket. Now, using the 18mm socket and a long bar, I'm going to undo the carrier bolts which are around the back. They're the big ones around the back there, and they're very, very tight, so you might need to use your foot for this as well. That's all cracked off. That's all cracked off. And now that I've successfully taken the bolts out, I just need to take out the old pads. And now the carrier's free. Carrier off. Using a T30, remove the little bolt that holds on the disc. Right. Yes, mate. All good.
I'll give you the lump hammer if you want it. See? The persuader's great.
One disc.
I'll bring over the other one.
Clean your hub so you've got a nice clean surface for the new disc to sit on.
Drink a tea. I hate making tea and they don't get drunk.
Mate, I'll always drink it. I'm not worried about temperature.
Well, I don't know why I boiled the kettle then.
Because you have to make a perfect brew. Actually, do make a good cup of tea. I'll have to give you that one. And it's in a china cup.
Yeah, well.
It's a shame I can't put my little finger out.
You put your big toe instead.
At this point, I want to give a massive shout out to my lovely Irish tea maker. Now I'm just cleaning everything up. This is the bit that takes all the time, really, is just making sure everything's rust free and cleaned up. And now clean up the back of the disc to get all the grease off, because they come greasy, and obviously you don't want grease on brakes. Now simply fit your new disc, but what you need to do is make sure that the little hole for the screw is in the right place. So I purposely did that at the bottom just to make sure everything lines up, to make life a bit easier. And then just pop in your screw. Now that your disc's held on securely, you can refit the carrier. Remember to always grease up your sliders. A lot of people say that grease shouldn't be near brakes, but it's quite the opposite. You need to grease your sliders to stop your brake pads from sticking. I also ran some grease round the end of the piston and on the parts that touch the back of the brake pads, because this leaves a better contact and stops squealing. Now we're cooking on gas. Just whop in your pads, a little bit more grease around those bits, whop these in. These can be a little bit tight to get in there because the spring-loaded clips, but they go in, and quite a nice fit. There we go. Get that in there. It's now starting to rain, so I'm kind of trying to get it done quickly now. Now grab your caliper and slip it over the top of the pads. If this doesn't go over the top of the pads, you need to push your piston back a bit more, but really you need to push your piston back at the beginning as far as you can, because it would be a right nightmare to try and hold this and push the piston back. So yeah, try and get it back as much as you can before you take it off. Now we're putting back our 13mm bolts. Tightening her up, mate.
Aye.
Just tightening her up. Pounds. As you can hear, I'm giving these a real good tighten to make sure they don't come undone.
The boss is back.
Now give it an extra clean with brake cleaner, make sure there's no grease at all on that disc.
No.
At all. You don't want any grease on it. Otherwise the brakes won't work. Wouldn't have you on an hourly rate. I wouldn't have me on an hourly rate either.
You'd only rob yourself.
Yeah.
With the prices.
All is good, so now it's time to put on your wheel. So once your wheel nuts are a little bit tight, you take it off the jack and then you can torque them to spec, which in my case is Ritchie foot-pounds. Most important thing after doing brakes is to road test your cars. I put the windscreen wipers on and look, it's all on the inside.
Oh yeah, condensation.
Go on, give it, film it. Film the inside of the windscreen. Look at that, look. Right, we're going to try the brakes.
Cheerio. Oh, they're working anyway. I have left the gate open just in case. Oh, yes. Here he comes.
I wouldn't go further, but I can't see out the windscreen.
Leave her running, Rich. Not breaking anyway, that's the main thing.
Stops on a sixpence now.
Sixpence, I thought it was twopence. Yeah. Have you got your smelly sock with you? All right. Yeah, well.
Another job jobbed.
Yes, very good. Thank you very much.